Packaged sandwich meats, also known as cold cuts, deli meats, or luncheon meats, such as Oscar Mayer, Hillshire Farm, and Herta, are widely consumed for their convenience, long shelf life, and ready-to-eat appeal. Whether it's ham, turkey breast, bologna, or salami, these meats are a go-to option for quick sandwiches, lunch boxes, and party platters. But beneath their seemingly harmless appearance lies a deeply processed food product loaded with sodium, preservatives, chemical additives, and low-quality meat byproducts. Regular consumption of cold cuts is now strongly associated with a number of serious health concerns, from heart disease and cancer to metabolic disorders and neurological issues. The very features that make them convenient, stability, flavor, and softness, are achieved through chemical processes that pose significant long-term risks to human health. One of the most critical dangers in packaged sandwich meats is their use of nitrites and nitrates, chemical preservatives that prevent bacterial growth and preserve the pink color of meats like ham and salami. These compounds, especially sodium nitrite, are widely used in cold cuts from all major brands, including Oscar Mayer's deli turkey and Herta's classic ham. While nitrites themselves are not carcinogenic, when they are exposed to high heat or acidic environments, such as in the stomach, they can form nitrosamines, which are potent carcinogens. Multiple large-scale studies have linked processed meat consumption to colorectal cancer, leading the World Health Organization, WHO, to classify processed meats as Group 1 carcinogens, the same category as tobacco and asbestos. Beyond the cancer risk, cold cuts are typically extremely high in sodium, with a single serving just 2 to 3 slices, often containing 400 to 700 milligrams of sodium, nearly a third of the recommended daily intake. Consuming these meats regularly can easily push people well above the 2,300 milligrams daily limit suggested by the American Heart Association, especially when combined with other salty foods. Chronic high sodium intake is directly linked to hypertension, high blood pressure, which increases the risk of stroke, heart failure, and kidney disease. The impact is especially concerning for older adults, individuals with cardiovascular conditions, and children who may be developing a taste for salty foods early in life. The health risks don't stop at sodium and nitrates. Many packaged deli meats contain fillers and binders such as modified food starch, carrageenan, soy protein concentrate, and corn syrup solids. These ingredients are added to improve texture, bind together lower-quality meat trimmings, or bulk up the product at lower cost. In essence, many cold cuts are not whole cuts of meat, but rather reconstituted meat paste, formed from ground muscle, fat, connective tissue, and additives. This type of processing increases the glycemic load, lowers protein quality, and introduces the potential for digestive disturbances, especially in individuals sensitive to certain gums or emulsifiers. Cold cuts are also frequently preserved with chemical flavor enhancers such as monosodium glutamate, MSG, or yeast extract, which may stimulate the brain's reward pathways in ways that increase cravings and promote overeating. While some people tolerate these additives well, others report headaches, fatigue, or mood disturbances, especially when consuming multiple processed foods that use similar additives. The subtle layering of these flavor enhancers across many products makes it difficult for consumers to detect or attribute their symptoms to specific ingredients. Another overlooked issue is the use of smoke flavoring in meats labeled as smoked. This is often not the result of traditional smoking methods, but of liquid smoke, a concentrated extract made from burning wood and collecting the resulting compounds, including polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These compounds are also potentially carcinogenic and can accumulate in the body over time, particularly when consumed in combination with other processed and grilled foods. When smoke flavor appears on a label, it typically signals a chemically enhanced profile, not a natural preparation method. For individuals with autoimmune or inflammatory conditions, the risks can be even higher. The high histamine content of aged or processed meats like salami, pepperoni, and mortadella can trigger inflammatory reactions, skin rashes, headaches, or digestive issues. Moreover, the advanced glycation end products, AGEs, formed during meat processing can contribute to cellular aging, oxidative stress, and systemic inflammation, all of which play a role in the development of chronic diseases such as diabetes, Alzheimer's, and arthritis. It's also important to consider the environmental and ethical implications. Many of the meat sources for large cold-cut brands are derived from intensive animal farming, where livestock are given antibiotics, growth hormones, and feed treated with pesticides. These practices can lead to antibiotic-resistant bacteria, chemical residues in the meat, and significant ecological degradation, from water contamination to greenhouse gas emissions. Children, once again, are at particular risk due to the widespread use of cold cuts in school lunches and family meals. Sandwiches with processed ham or turkey may seem harmless, but repeated exposure can form long-term dietary habits centered on salt, sugar, and chemical additives, displacing opportunities for learning to enjoy fresh, minimally processed proteins. Some children may even develop early signs of high blood pressure or prediabetes when cold cuts are part of a broader ultra-processed diet. While some brands now offer natural or nitrate-free options, these products often use celery juice powder or cherry powder as nitrate substitutes, which still convert to nitrites during processing. As such, the cancer risk may remain, even if the labeling suggests otherwise. These clean-label meats may also still be high in sodium and use the same emulsifiers or preservatives found in conventional versions. In conclusion, packaged sandwich meats offer speed and familiarity, but at a cost that is frequently underestimated and widely ignored. Their regular consumption has been conclusively linked to cancer, heart disease, and chronic inflammation, and their highly processed nature adds layers of chemical burden to the diet. While occasional consumption in small amounts may not be catastrophic, relying on them as a staple protein source is a serious threat to long-term health. For better alternatives, consider home-cooked meats, sliced roasted poultry, hard-boiled eggs, or plant-based options like lentil patties, foods that deliver true nourishment without the chemical compromises. Convenience, after all, should never come at the cost of your future well-being.